You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, it's JP here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to discuss Motherwell versus Rangers from yesterday. If you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and we'll be well on our way. Just before we actually get into the video, guys, I just want to say, apologise for it being a late video. I was busy yesterday, busy today. I had quite a lot to do in my house and stuff, and that leads me to my next wee apology. Is sorry to the guys in the group chat, by the way. I didn't mean to just so abruptly leave the chat, and then I forgot to actually message you guys and say that I was busy doing other things. I started doing had a lot of drawers to build from IKEA for my house, and I started it in the last 5 minutes of the game because I could tell we weren't going to score. I was still watching it, but I just kind of gave up with the chat. I completely forgot about the chat until later on. So I apologise to you guys. I know you guys just kind of continued the chat anyway, but I just wanted to kind of say that before I move on. So the game finished, Motherwell 1, Rangers 1. Obviously know the result we were looking for. I've got over the fact that we didn't play particularly well. I was also a wee bit pissed off yesterday, and that's why I just kind of left everything and just went on to do other things. But yeah, I'm kind of over it now, and I can see the kind of positives now. Oh no, obviously there are a lot of positives from drawing or dropping points, but the fact that Celtic dropped points as well this weekend means that sorry guys, I had to make a cut there. You probably heard that ice cream van in the background, which always seems to happen during my videos. Must be the time that I'm doing them. Anyway, back to my point. Because Celtic dropped points and then we dropped points, it means they didn't close the gap on us this weekend, which is fantastic news. It also means that obviously last weekend we were 21 points in front. We're now 21 points in front again, but we've one less game to play, and we've one less difficult away tie to try and master. So it can all only benefit us in the long run. Obviously 14 games still to play. And the last time we dropped points was against Hibs, if you remember correctly, back in September, and we went on a 15 game winning streak. If we can replicate that again, 14 games, if we win all our games, obviously we'll be champions, there's no doubt about that. I don't think we're going to go on that kind of run. Obviously we've got a couple of big games coming up. Obviously I'll keep going on about this Easter Road game. I think this is going to be a really tough game for us. No guarantees we're going to win against Ross County either next week, but I think we can set it right, to be honest. Obviously we've got a couple of firm games as well coming up, so I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, it's over, it's over. But as a friendly reminder that if we didn't approach games in the right way, or we didn't start well, then this kind of thing can happen. I'm not too worried about it. I think we will get back on and kick on for the rest of the season. But as I say, if we can get a good run together, even if it's 8-9 games, winning games, then it can only be good, and we can only benefit from that. The game itself, we didn't really start well. No pun intended, obviously, but yeah, we didn't start particularly well. Motherwell were right in our faces. Obviously we knew they were going to play slightly different under the new management, and they didn't play half as defensively as they did in the previous game, but they went after us. They were in our faces, they were closing us down, not giving us a lot of space, and to be honest, after the first 20 minutes they were the better side, and they got their goal, and they probably deserved it. I didn't think that at the time, obviously, but when you think about it later on, you go, do you know what, credit where it's due. They played well up until that point and they got their goal. Now the goal from their point of view is decent play, but from our point of view it's very, very disappointing to lose a goal like that. Get played down the left hand side to, I think it's Tony Watt. I don't know what, cuts back inside and plays it inside again. I can't remember who picked up the ball in midfield, but once Tony Watt gives the ball away to his teammate, Glenn Kamara for some reason just turns his back on him, doesn't follow the run at all, and when the ball gets played back to him, there's no one near him, no one anywhere near him, so he had the time to pass the ball right across the 6-yard box. Balogun's on the stretch. You could possibly say that Golson should be closing down that threat of the cross, but you got to maybe look at Glenn Kamara and Tavernier should be the ones to really do that. So once it comes into the box, Balogun's on the stretch and Devante Cole comes on his blind side, and he gets the touch. If he doesn't get the touch, then I think it's Campbell behind him is going to get the touch either way. It doesn't really matter. The ball ends up in the back of the net and we're 1-0 down after 20 minutes. So after that goal went in, you expected a response for Rangers, and to be honest, we did get that slightly. We had a lot of possession, particularly in the final third. And not long after that goal, we created a chance through Morelos. Kent plays the ball on the left hand side to Barisic. Barisic has to sprint to get there. It was slightly overhit by Ryan Kent, but he manages to get there, hooks it in right across, and Morelos kind of steps back the way, glances a header right past, and it's about an inch wide to the post. Really unlucky. There's no really much more Morelos could have done with that effort, to be honest. It's a great ball in, but it was slightly behind him, and he got everything on he could of it, and he really unlucky there, to be honest. And that's pretty much it for the first half. Obviously, after Motherwell got their goal, they were always going to sit in that little bit deeper and not really come after us as much. And they were pretty much happy to let us have the ball. We didn't really penetrate enough in the final third in that first half at all. We were very passive, very slow, very side to side, and it just wasn't quite working for us. And then when we got to half time, 1-0 down. So we came out for the second half, and again I'm expecting a wee bit of response, and we just didn't do it. We dominated the ball so much, with so much possession, but again we just weren't clinical. We weren't pushing forward, we weren't getting in the right areas. The amount of crosses we had in the box, Motherwell dealt with about 90% of those. Very comfortable afternoon if you think about it for Declan Gallagher and Mugabe is the other one. I can't remember his first name. Every time I hear Mugabe I think Robert Mugabe. So yeah, they had a particularly comfortable afternoon heading it away, and they could have done that all day, to be honest. We did get a goal, which I'll talk about. And for the first 10 minutes of that second half, we weren't really doing it, so the change was made. Itten came on for Hadji. I thought Hadji was slightly unlucky to be coming off. I thought if anything, you probably maybe should have took Kamara off, or Aribo or something, or maybe even Davis, because I didn't think there was a need to have two holding midfielders when we had all the possession. And Motherwell obviously let us have it, so I think we maybe could have kept Hadji on and brought Itten on as well. But that decision was made, and Itten I think made a difference. Maybe not straight away, but he had that presence in the box that we didn't have in that first half for the first 55 minutes really. And the goal eventually came from Itten. It's a cross from Barisic, and probably one of his only decent deliveries apart from that one from Morelos. I thought Barisic was pretty poor today, and I'll get onto that. But yeah, he crosses it in for the left hand side, and slight suspicion of offside. I didn't think it was. I think maybe his hand is offside possibly, but he wasn't offside, and he's headed it in. Keeper had absolutely no chance. Very powerful header, and at 1-1 we're back in the game. But to be honest, that didn't really spur us on that much. I thought it would. I thought, yes, we'll get the equaliser and then we'll push on as we did a couple of weeks ago against them at Ibrox. But same again, it was a side to side, and it pretty much became a game of can't shoot, won't shoot. We just, honestly, the amount of times we had it on the edge of the area, and you think, right, take the shot, Davis, take the shot, Goldson, or whoever it was that had the ball, and they just was just passing it side to side and try to get the ball into the box, and it wasn't working all afternoon. So, it worked once. Sorry, it worked once in the entire 70 minutes that we had been trying it for. So, what made us think that it was going to continue to work? I don't know. We really should be trying to play the ball a little bit quicker, play some 1-2s and movement, and try and drag defenders about and try and create space that way. We didn't quite do that, and for the rest of the match we didn't really create enough. There was one chance right at the end for Jermaine Defoe. The cross came in from Tav, and again I'll speak about him. His crossing wasn't the greatest, and this is the one time he did get it right. Defoe, excellent touch in there, brings it down and turns and hits the shot, all within kind of one movement if you like. But it was unlucky. Liam Kelly saved that, I thought, and that was it. Game finished 1-1. No, quite enough for us, but as I say, there are positives in there that we're still 21 points in front. So I did finish 1-1, really disappointing as I said. Man of the match for me was Davis. I thought he was the only one looking to get forward and really push. I do think he can shoot more. I think there may be something in his contract that tells him, yeah, you're not allowed to shoot, mate. Because I remember back in the day, the amount of times he'd hit a shot for the edge of the box in his first spell. And now I know he's a slightly different player, but surely he's still got the ability to hit a shot when he gets the opportunity. I'm not expecting him to sprint forward every time, but when he gets a wee bit of space, surely he can maybe just hit the shot. So I think that's maybe what we're lacking. Not enough people shooting from outside the box, to be honest. And as I said, we didn't really get enough space in the box. We had a lot of touches in the box. I think it was something like about 58, I seen 58 touches inside their box, and we got what, 5 shots on target or something. No good enough, to be honest, but I'm just hoping it's a blip. Hopefully we can move forward and, as I say, get a wee bit of run, 8-9 games or something, and that should do it. But as I said, no count my chickens yet. I know there's a long way to go. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Just going to leave it there. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do anything on football sheds this week. I've not been in contact with Jimbo yet, but hopefully I'll do something either tonight or tomorrow night. Usually a Monday or a Tuesday we kind of get together and do something. So hopefully you can check me out on there as well. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you're new to his channel, think about subscribing as well. And we'll try and grow together. It's all a Rangers community. It doesn't matter if he's getting subscribers or I'm getting subscribers. It's all good. But just remember, I am trying to push for 300, so please help me out with that, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.